Thursday the 9th of November. 3 people have been killed and 7 injured in a collision between a ferry bound for Harwich and a cargo ship off the coast of Germany. 2 of the dead are believed to be British. 60 Britons were among the 278 passengers on board the ferry. The ferry, called the Hamburg, was struck above and below the waterline during strong winds but didn't sink. We now go live to Martin Frizzell in Bremerhaven.
The Hamburg limped into this port just after 6 o'clock this morning, a gaping hole at least 15 feet deep on her starboard side where the cargo ship had struck. Ambulances were waiting on the quayside to take more than a dozen passengers and crew to hospital. Several had already been airlifted off during the night, including a British couple said to be seriously injured. 3 people are now known to have died. A local police chief told me he believed 2 of them were British. They may well have died in their cabins when the bow of the Nordic stream punched through the ferry's side. One passenger said the impact destroyed as many as 30 cabins. Another passenger, Steve McNeese from Manchester, was in the Mayfair lounge at the back of the ship when the collision happened. He said the roof fell in and everyone was thrown onto the floor. Passengers were then ordered on deck and told to don life jackets. Checks are still being made to see if anyone is missing. Passengers, many of them quite dazed, are sipping hot coffee in a lounge on shore, waiting to be told how they're going to get home. Martin Frizzell, TVAM News in Bremerhaven.
In Harwich, employees with the Danish shipping company who owned the Hamburg have been up all night starting an examination into how the accident happened. Alan McCulloch reports.
At the Danish shipping line's headquarters in Harwich, staff worked through the night, keeping in touch with the news from Germany. The vessel plies back and forth on the route between Hamburg and Harwich every day. It has the capacity to carry over 1,000 passengers, but last night it was only a quarter full.
It's very tragic and bad news that people get injured and killed in an accident like that, and it's bad news for us. Of course, also that there's damage to the ship, but that's very much secondary.
As the lights burned in Harwich, questions were being asked about how the accident happened. A full inquiry has already begun to find out how the collision occurred between the 2 vessels. The Danish shipping company says that they comply with the highest safety standards. Alan McCulloch, TVAM News in Harwich.
The shipping company DFDS has released an emergency telephone number for those worried about friends or relatives aboard the Hamburg. It's 0255 241 063. That's 0255 241 063.
German died in the collision between a ferry and a container ship late last night. Coast Guard say there was a 10-minute warning before the ships hit each other off the German coast at Heligoland. The ferry, the Hamburg, was on its way from Hamburg to Harwich. This morning she was towed into Bremerhaven, from where Ben Brown reports.
Now that she's safely docked, the damage to the passenger ferry Hamburg is all too clear. A gaping chasm in her starboard side, evidence of the sheer power of last night's collision. It happened in gale-force winds, but exactly why the 8,000-ton Nordic stream ploughed into the ferry has still not been established. What is clear is that those who survived are exceptionally lucky to be alive. And once on dry land, they told their tales of what had happened to their boat.
It was just tremendous. I was just thrown straight out of my bed against the opposite wall. And it was just no mistaking what had happened.
I just heard the bang, went downstairs to get a first aid kit, and there was nothing left of my van as far as I could see.
Just like a bomb going off, because it was big bang, but there was a very few people sitting where the boat actually came through, so I don't know what happened to them. So just, everybody went chaos, nobody knew what to do.
This is the view from inside the ferry, what's left of the Mayfair lounge, where passengers were sitting around in these armchairs, enjoying drinks from the bar and the music of the ship's band. Suddenly, the enormous bow of the other vessel smashed its way through. It's quite clear from the utter devastation here that the loss of life could have been far greater. This ferry has the capacity to carry more than 1,000 passengers, but last night there were only 275 on board. This afternoon, West German police have confirmed that 2 of the dead are British. Meanwhile, coastguards here have revealed that they gave a warning to both vessels that they were on a collision course 10 minutes before the accident happened. Ben Brown, BBC News,